Welcome to Surrounded by Sports. I am here at Tehisco, that would be Tate High School, with Coach Rhett Summerford of the Tate Aggies. How are you doing?
Good, Ms. Perkins. How you doing?
I'm good. I am good. I am hoping to go through a lot with Mr. Summerford. He has been in charge of the resurgence of Tate football, from 1-9 to 5-5 to 7 wins, and then onward and upward, we hope.
Hopefully so. We're in the right lane right now. Just got to keep it rolling.
Right. That's right. He's 3-1 right now. We'll talk a little bit about this ball club he's got this year, about the future of the program that he hopes to be leading. We will talk about the fact that he is very much an Aggie, as his family has ties here. We'll get into that a little bit. We will. We're going to hit on community, family, the development of kids, the development of a program, commitment, how to be multiple as a coach and as a person. All that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Appreciate you being here.
All that and more after this.
You are watching Surrounded by Sports, the podcast hosted by Kevin Perkins. This show emphasizes how sports and life intersect while showcasing the Gulf Coast. And now, Surrounded by Sports.
Welcome back, folks. Rhett, first of all, I don't think being the head coach of Tate High School is a job for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know jobs feel like jobs, but this is more than that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think it was one of my goals to come back and be able to have the opportunity to coach here early on in my career. Just this place meant so much to me as a developing young man, and the coaches that I had were great leaders and kind of molded me into loving football. It wasn't a love. I didn't play when I was growing up. I played baseball, and so when I got to football, Coach Joe Murphy kind of talked me into coming out in 9th grade, and it changed my life forever.
Right.
And so, you know, I just felt like the need to come back and kind of hopefully influence the young men that are here today, and try to make them into good young men. I hope like I am.
Right. You are. I've never heard a bad word about you, so
I appreciate it.
So that, and I run in. We don't run in the same circle, but I run in circles with people that know you.
Yeah,
you know, and I've never heard anything bad about you. And we'll get into that a little bit too, because when you got this job, I was working for a streaming station called Marketable Sports, and we came over and did some games.
That's right.
And I was here with Dave Wilson, who's the coach at Lighthouse, but he's been a coach in this area,
right.
Head coach, also worked with Bowden, and he was telling me day one, everything changes now that Rhett's here.
Well, I appreciate that. And, you know, it brought challenges, but it's like you said, there's a bunch of Aggies that are around, and we run in the same circles, maybe not see each other every day, but you know, we feel like this is a place that's a family atmosphere, and once you're an Aggie, you're always an Aggie, and you'll do stuff for each other, and
right.
You know, like we appreciate what you've done. But there are always guys coming back and just want to be a part, and it's been really special.
Tell me, okay, you told me just a second ago, so I want to talk about it. Your grandmother taught here.
So I think my grandfather taught here.
Okay.
My mother and dad taught here.
Right.
And of course my aunt and the whole family have been through here.
Right.
And I think maybe my grandmother did it one time or something.
Okay.
But it's been a big family thing.
But you go back literally 3 generations.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Now your father coached with Carl Madison.
Correct.
Who I believe is the most famous of the coaches here.
Yes, no doubt. Yeah, Coach Madison. He coached with Coach Madison. Was on the state championship staff, and you know, I got the privilege to know Coach Madison a little bit just because of my ties with my dad, and you know, you can't say anything else but just legend about this program. Right.
And you, let's go back. You said you were a baseball player. What position?
Played short.
Played short.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you came over to play football, what position have you at?
Safety.
Safety.
Yeah, I played safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me that you were here 2003-ish?
I was here from 1990, school year 1997 and 8
to 2000.
To 2000. Yeah, I graduated in 2000.
Right. That's that other guy we're not talking about. That's 2003.
That's right. That's right.
That's his brother.
Yeah.
We'll get to that some other time. So you played for Leonard in both baseball and football.
I did. I was with the transition.
It's Keith Leonard, by the way.
Yeah. So Coach Keith Leonard was my baseball coach my freshman year, and Coach McCorkle was my football coach. And then after that freshman year, I believe my sophomore year, Coach Blackman, Greg Blackman, who's now the AP, became the baseball coach, and Coach Keith Leonard was the football coach.
Tell me, because I've never really talked to anybody about. I was on a team with Greg. I don't want to say I played with Greg because he was significantly. What I did on a baseball field and what Greg Blackman could do on a baseball field were two different things. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I hear that's most everybody.
He was really good. I mean,
he was
incredible.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Lord, he could play. But anyway, as a coach, what was he like? And did he have any influence on you? You think?
Oh yeah, major influence.
I'm sure he still does.
He does every day. Probably the number one guy that taught me how to win. I mean, period. That was what he was about. When I came through, it was just about setting a standard of winning here, and he was a little bit younger back then, so he was a little fiery. But I kind of took the way he did that, and I just admired him. Just the success. If you just look at the success, I don't know many gentlemen that have a better record than what he has. Really, to be honest with you.
Right.
Just knew how to win, how to push kids, and push myself into being the best player that I could be. I did not know that I was going to have what I was blessed to do, and I attribute a lot of that to Coach Blackman.
He's such a huge influence. To me, Tate's good across the board in sports.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been searching for a lift up in football, but periodically they've been good all along.
Absolutely.
But they want consistency there, which would probably mean holding on to you. Which
hopefully.
Well, a lot of people think. I've talked to many ADs, and a lot of ADs think if you get a guy that is invested in the school beyond wins and losses, the likelihood of him staying is greater.
It is. It is.
Right.
It's always got to be about the situation.
Right.
Everything's got to be kind of coming together. And,
right.
That's kind of the thing with coaches' side of it is, you want everybody on the same page and kind of looking forward, not backwards, and always what's the next thing and how can we make this place better? Because I feel like and I think most guys would tell you, if you're stagnant, you're not getting better. You know, and that's kind of how I am. I'm always trying to make it better, and at any time you feel like you're not making it better, then it's probably time to step away.
Okay, well, let's go into. Okay, so what made you decide? Where'd you go to college?
So I went to a couple places. I went to PJC, played for Coach Hamilton, and then got an opportunity to play Division II baseball at Mount Olive College. Okay. Went up there, played for a year, and got really homesick.
Yeah.
And came back and finished with Coach Spooner at UWF.
Okay, so Hamilton is. I consider Hamilton a fantastic man,
yeah,
great coach.
Absolutely.
Spooner, same.
Yeah.
Right. These are wonderful, wonderful coaches. What take anything away from either of those guys?
Family guys.
Yeah,
I knew their family personally.
Yeah.
Not always with the player and coach, especially in college. You get that. It was nothing to go to Coach Hamilton's church and sell pumpkins and they still do that today. Right. It was just special, and the same thing with Spooner. He was all about his family. Of course, I knew his wife, Carolyn Spooner, from being a principal.
Right.
But she was always a special person to me, and so was Coach Spooner.
Okay, sidebar. The church you went out to, Allen Memorial.
Yes.
My mom's the choir director there.
How about that?
She was the choir director.
Yeah. It's neat.
Yeah. It's
that
yeah,
tie.
like I said,
That's
circles.
Right. That's right.
But so what got you into coaching? It's specifically football.
A couple of things. I love the sport. I fell in love with football. I just totally fell in love with football. I was not talented. I was more talented in baseball than I was football. Obviously, I'm not a very big guy.
Right.
It's a big man sport. So, but I always really, really loved football. I knew from high school that's what I wanted to do, is I actually want to become a baseball football guy. But I always loved football. My dad, I can remember several stories about being on the sideline growing up. My dad coached both at Tate, short stint at Pine Forest and Woodham. And I just remember this may sound really weird, and I apologize, but I remember the smell of a locker room when I was really, really young, and I enjoy that.
Right, of course.
I enjoy that with the guys being, camaraderie in the locker room and being part of the group, and being part of the team is really cool. And I was just exposed to that really early, and I just love the game of football.
Right. Right. Well, okay, you're a smart guy, and in football, like baseball is so one-on-one.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a team, but it's one-on-one.
It's individual a lot.
You're spotlighted on the mound. The ball's hit to you, you're spotlighted there.
Right.
Football is more chess.
Yeah.
And there's so many pieces on the floor. I could see where mentally you would be like, oh, that's challenging.
Yeah.
And it's also so many more people. Like,
it is.
You've got 60 guys you're trying to get on the same page. And,
Correct.
And trying to, and coming from a family of coaches, right? Trying to mentor.
Yeah.
That's a huge challenge.
No doubt. And I told, there was when you have kids and all that, the wife doesn't necessarily want you to be gone all 360 days or 365 days a year. So
right.
you kind of make a choice. And I told one of my dear friends, Rob Whitfield, he said, so why did you pick football? And it was an interesting question for me. But I told him, I just felt it was more challenging, exactly what you said.
Right.
And I just took it as a challenge and something that I loved, and it just kind of made its way for me.
Right. Now, you wind up, where's your first coaching job?
Right here.
Right here. Oh, who was the head? Was it Lindsay?
No, it was Ed Rigby.
Okay,
So,
Eddie Rigby.
Yeah. So I coached for that. I actually take that back. It was Charlie Armstrong that started it, and then Ed Rigby was after him.
Right. Who all was on? Like, was Ronnie on that staff?
I think at the end, yes.
Okay.
At the end, when I was, I actually got just a crazy story, blessed out of the blue, but Ronnie came in.
Ronnie Douglas
came in maybe a year or two when I was here, and then I got an opportunity somewhere else, and so then I took that opportunity. So we weren't together the whole time, but we did coach together.
West Florida Tech was the next opportunity?
Yep, next opportunity.
Which is now West Florida. It changed from Tech to West Florida, and I don't know if there's...
I didn't know that.
If there's they don't use the Tech anymore, I don't think.
I did not know that.
If there's anything offensive about that, let me know. I won't do it. But because I learned, because to me it's still Woodham.
We had some challenges when I got there about all of that.
Right.
We really did.
Yeah. Well, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. When a school shuts down and then it opens right back up, it's like, well, why did we do that in the first place?
That's right.
And then, but either way, West Florida Tech is a good place.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of time there.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, I want to say that the coaching staff you were on at West Florida Tech had a lot of really good.
Phenomenal. It was, and maybe we pushed each other over the limit half the time, but we got along so well. I don't want to make it sound like that, but
there can't be too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, Coach Harry Lees, he is so competitive.
Yeah.
And so it pushed us to the limit. Of course, we had our kind of group that coached together for a long time, and then we were kind of challenged by the offense because Coach Lees was doing things that not anybody else was doing around here at that time.
Right.
And, in the passing game.
Correct.
And so it challenged us every single day, and we had so many wars out there. The kids that played for us, you just wouldn't believe the stories.
Now, were you DC?
I was.
Okay.
I was the DC. And so I wanted to make my stamp, right? You want to make your stamp and do well when you get that opportunity. And so there was some really crazy wars going on between the offense and defense, but it not only fed to our kids to make them competitive, but it made us better coaches. And I will always, Wes Summerford was on that staff. Eric Lee, who was a head coach down in South Florida, was on that staff. Cedric Smith was on that staff. Devereaux, who is still there. I mean, there was just countless guys. I hope I'm not missing anybody but there was 4 or 5 head coaches that know football, and it was a really great time in my life. It really, really was.
Right, and then you get the opportunity to be the head coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 4 or 5 years there. Mm-hmm. I think it was successful. You would agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
And but then of course this job opens up. Tate High School. I wrote in my notes, prodigal son pressure. I know that's might be an overstatement, but you are coming home.
Yeah.
This area is thirsty because I don't know if you know Tate out there. If you don't, when this team is not very good, stadium is full, the band is great, and Aggie fries are wonderful. The whole kit and caboodle. It's a great scenario to be at, regardless of how good the team is. But when you support a program financially and you show up to the ball games, you expect something in return.
Correct.
People don't put out even emotion and not expect some kind of reward at the other end.
Correct.
So taking on that challenge, was there a thought process there, or was it just no brainer? I got to go home.
No, it was a thought process because I was in a great situation. Coach Conti was a big impact on me. Mark Conti was a huge impact on me, just helping out as a first-time head coach. I mean, just there was millions of things I could bounce off him, and he would help me out. And so that was a tough situation for me to leave. I had a good team. I had maybe one of my best teams. I was going to leave. The reports and the way they did the next year will show that.
Yeah.
And but it was just I had to pray about it. Prayed about it a lot. Just thinking about what my goals were at the beginning of my career. I said there was several opportunities to try to come back here and never worked out. And at this time was the right time that it opened up, and felt like I had a good shot at it.
Right.
And I just went back to my career goal. Was like, hey, at least one time I'd like to coach Tate High School where I played, and my family's been there, and it's been such an impact to me that I wanted it. It was just an opportunity I could not pass. I could not personally just pass that.
Right, because you never know. The guy if you pass it up, the guy who takes the job might never let go of it. Right.
Correct.
Also, I think there's merit in leaving the next guy something.
Absolutely.
Like, it's one thing if you take another job and everybody's a sophomore.
That's right.
Right? But if you take another job and you say, hey, I got here 5 years ago, I created a system.
Yeah.
At the very least, I'm leaving you better than when I got
That's
here.
what you want to do. A successful coach, no matter if you leave it better than when you got there, I think that you've done a good job. That's my merit for what it is for and there was a really good team there.
Right.
Phenomenal team that was coming back, and they had a great year.
Right. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And we're going to get back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this particular program.
Perfect.
In this year. Sound good?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you to McCory Homes, Faust Builders, and Sideline Sports Bar and Restaurant for sponsoring this and allowing me to chase knowledge on how sports and life intersect. This is a man who has filled his paychecks with sports.
That's the truth.
Your life is
absolutely
intertwined no matter what, and it goes back generations for you.
That's right.
Right. Now let's get into this ball club. I don't know if you remember this, but either the first or second year you had this job, I was doing a media day, and Mike Valarezo was with me. You told me in a meeting, I said, what's the first thing you got to do here? And you said, I got to shore up Cantonment.
Yeah.
I got to, the best players in my district need to be playing for me.
No doubt.
And you've done that.
Yeah.
And I think you've taken it to another step. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard an interview with you on Fox Sports Pensacola with Zach and Justin, and you mentioned going back into Cantonment and getting some coaches.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I just they're doing a good job over there, and I think it's building over there at Cantonment. It's where I grew up. That's my area. I feel like
So were you a Boothfield guy?
No, I didn't play when I was growing up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're a
But
baseball guy.
I ran around. I mean, we all drove around and know all that, and played at the park that's right up there. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
I feel like that's our area, and if you ask anybody, there's been several big-time players come from there. Right. Whether they played at Tate or not, there has been some really, really good players.
100%.
So, that, and everybody says, hey, you got to try to win Cantonment. That's the saying when you becoming the coach here. Mm-hmm. So anyway, my son's playing there, and so I start going, and there's guys that are doing a good job, have great relationships with kids, and do a good job. People that I had the pleasure of coaching when they were younger, which dates me a little bit.
Right.
But I talk to them, and I'm just like, hey, we're trying to build something. You're trying to build something. Let's marry the two. I want to be a part of this, however I can be a part of it. And so that's kind of where it's been and where it's grown to today.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so how many guys did you bring in from there?
I believe three.
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 Are they defensive coaches, offensive coaches?
I think that one's offense, two defense.
Okay. Because the reason why I ask is I got the opportunity. You allowed me. Thank you for watching practice the other day.
Yeah,
over here.
absolutely. Yeah.
And I couldn't, because I'd heard the interview, and so I'm walking around. You can't help yourself. I can't tell who's been there, who hasn't. The way you run your practice, it's very organized. It's a group. I couldn't tell who'd been the coach forever, who just got there, and all those things. And that's probably a merit to you for sure, but also the way you guys have embraced one another and started pushing the ball forward.
Yeah, and I can't deny that we had prior relationships. I mean, meaning that when you coach somebody, you develop a relationship.
So they know the expectation.
They know the expectation,
right.
And they want to be good coaches too, and they had prior knowledge because they played college football. That's the truth. So,
100%. Yeah.
So you bring those guys in, and they bring a little energy to your program,
right?
And that's a great thing for us. That's a great thing,
right? Well, I don't think there's a job where after a while there isn't some form of, oh yeah, today's the same thing.
Correct.
So bringing in new blood helps, and that can help too with the kids that are seniors.
No doubt.
A sophomore's now on varsity, a junior's now on varsity. Coach comes into a new situation, and you get a new vibe. There's a new pulse to the building, right?
That's exactly right.
Speaking of which, you've got a neat mix on this ball club, right?
Yep.
You've come in, you've established, these kids have been in your program. I was talking to Malik North earlier. He was saying, I've been here, I've been playing in the program. I came to cantonment. He believes in you, which I think is a testimony. I know you believe in him.
Yeah.
He was your player of the week last week.
Yeah, that's right.
They lost a heartbreaker. I was there. It was 3-0. Your defense played lights out. Malik played lights out. But you have a neat mix here of seniors and juniors in your program.
Yeah. What you try to do as a coach, and I think this is kind of a goal for me, and maybe the next step of our program is to where your seniors earn their spot.
Right.
Where they're not, sometimes when you go into a program, some guys get a spot because you don't have anybody else. Does that make sense? Like you just got to fill a spot. So maybe this kid fills a spot but didn't really deserve it and go through it. And I think that when you become a great team, elite program, you have it stacked where you have to earn. Like you have this group that maybe be seniors, and then the group behind them is just as good, but they're earning their spot. And then you have sophomores that are earning their spot,
100%.
And that creates depth across your program. And to be honest with you, you become elite because if a kid slips up, competition is the best thing in football.
Right.
It's the best thing.
Right.
So
you're iron sharpens iron.
That's
stuff.
exactly right.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what you want. You want guys fighting for
correct
the next spot.
That's exactly right.
And so that way, if an injury pops up, substitution has to happen.
And
guys
you don't
tired. You don't go. We got to figure out a way to protect my corner here.
Boom.
I got to have a safety over there because
Correct.
we can't.
Correct.
You're good.
That's right. Exactly right.
That being said, Miles De La Rosa,
Yeah.
sophomore quarterback.
Yep.
That's a lot to take on.
Yep.
Leading seniors.
Yes, right.
It's one thing when a college sophomore is taking over the team.
Yeah.
He's 19.
That's right.
Right. You're pretty young when you're a sophomore.
Yeah.
Speak about what he's taking on here and that challenge.
Well, he can't drive.
Yeah. Right? He can't drive himself to the game. Holy cow. Right. You don't think about life like that.
No. I mean, you know, and he's kind of do this, and I think he feels some of the pressure,
Right.
you know, and it's our job to kind of take that away from him and help those other guys,
Right.
kind of take the role of handling that. But he's doing a good job as a sophomore, and that,
Right.
you know, he's a 10th grader and he's learning every game and he's gotten better. You know, people come to the game and they say, "Wow, that your quarterback's really good," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "He's only a 10th grader.
Yeah.
He's going to get better."
Right.
And hadn't been in that atmosphere as Friday night before,
Right.
which is a little crazy.
Right.
But you know, at the end of the day, he's our starting quarterback. Love him to death. Think he's doing a good job, and he's learning valuable lessons at the quarterback position. It is the hardest position to play because of pressure.
Right.
And you know, you feel like you got to win every game because you touch the ball every game,
Right.
or every play, and it doesn't mean that. And so sometimes you got to tell those younger guys, "Hey, relax,
Right.
and just play and have fun."
Well, that's the thing too about, like, it may be the hardest position in sports to play.
Yeah.
Well, because the uniqueness of it, right?
That's
You
exactly
have to
right.
be sturdy enough to be hit.
That's right.
You have to have a strong enough arm to throw the ball in most offenses from one side of the field to the other and fairly far down the field, or else you're in trouble. And you have to be able to compute.
And really fast.
Right.
Really fast.
Right. I mean, it's funny how many people have almost all those tools,
Yeah.
but if you're missing one of them,
That's right.
it hurts you really bad, and you have to completely change the game plan, right?
right.
You know, either way. Now let's get to West. Fantastic player.
Phenomenal player.
He's been with you the whole time,
Yeah.
and you do what you can to get him in his hands. He's explosive.
That's right.
What kind of kid is he?
Phenomenal. Quiet. He's a quiet kid, and I mean, he, you know, we've gotten really close since he's been here, and really wants to win and tries to make plays. Is a kid that you can say, "Hey, I need you to do this," and he'll do it right then.
Right.
And so he's been a blessing to coach. He kind of had to be behind Christian Neptune.
Right. Who, South Florida. He scored a touchdown last week.
Yeah.
He led the team in
at
targets the
Swamp.
week before at South
That's right.
Florida.
So he kind of fell to that, and now he's the leader, and so he's got some pressure too. But he's doing a great job, and love him to death, and great kid. Love to be around him, and like I said, he's not necessarily our rah-rah guy,
Right.
but he is a quiet leader and kind of is the leader of that wide receiver room.
Well, that's one thing too about, you know, teams is not everybody needs to be out front
No,
when it comes to talk.
that's what you said earlier. Too many Chiefs sometimes.
100%.
right.
One thing I noticed too about the game, and you talked about the environment, and I was so happy to see that environment that y'all were dealing with, because their stands were full, your stands were full, the bands were great, the physicality that both your teams were bringing the whole game. And when things went right, your team was there for each other. And when things weren't, I saw individuals walk over to their teammate and say, "Hey, man, that doesn't matter. We got it.
That's right.
It's the next thing." And that's the important thing about sports in general,
doubt.
right? Because life's going to slap.
No doubt, no doubt. And the thing is you're trying to pick each other up, and I think we have that in our culture of our team, a family atmosphere, and that
100%.
we can go pick up our brother, compete with them, work with them, and because in today's times we all know it's really about that in life. You need people to pick you up when you're down, and
Right.
And it's pretty cool when you have a teammate or somebody you grew up with that's doing that.
Right, 100%, 100%. Now you haven't played a district game yet, right? You got Crestview,
Right.
you got Pace, you got Navarre. This is a physical district.
Really,
Yeah, yeah, right,
that's right.
right. And all your goals are still out there.
Absolutely. You know, I tell our team some individual goals. We always want to compete for a district championship. We hadn't won one in 40 years.
40 years.
40 years.
And had some good ball clubs.
Had some phenomenal ball clubs. When I
Right.
say that.
Right.
And so I think that's our goal right now is we're trying to compete and win a district championship. And everybody knows that probably Pace has been elite lately. Mm-hmm. And so you got to run through Pace, and it's a physical and multi multi-dimension district. You know, you have Crestview, who is wide open. You don't know what they're going to do from week to week. Pace is going to run it right at you with those big guys up front. And you're going to have to withstand the physicality of the football game for 4 quarters. And then you have Navarre that is very multiple, that will run at you some, throw at you some, and you got to stay healthy during the whole time. It's mandatory that you stay healthy. So it's a big challenge for this league. And I will say that that when I was at West Florida before, it was a wholly different dynamic for district ball games. So Tate has brought on a whole different deal with the district because of how physical you have to be and multiple that you have to be. Where West Florida was more of an athletic lead. If you were really fast, you were going to probably win the district. And so this one has brought a different thing. It's more physicality and kind of old school. Speaking on that environment the other night, that's what high school football is about. In my opinion, it's.
And you do something similar to that right outside this door all the time.
Exactly right, and that's what I was kind of leading to, is that I think, in my opinion, that Tate is just one of the last community schools, and I would say that Milton is too, that people still come to the game and enjoy the high school team coming out on the field and you know, having a good time in the community, and just it's almost like a community celebration on Friday night. You see old friends, you see old guys that you played with, and that environment was great, and it's the same thing that when we do here.
Yeah, I agree. It's unique, but pace is similar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, but those are very in this day and age where people have other things that get their attention. It is that I'm a believer. Part of why I do this is because I think for us, like I hate to say it like this, but as people, we have to start talking to each other,
no doubt,
and being around each other in the community and all that. And that's what these kind of sporting events, if you can get people to come support the basketball team, the baseball team, the football team, you know, and Blackman does a great job with all these programs that you have here. Let's go to, you said multiple, right? Let's skip over that and go to, you coached offense last year?
I did.
And now you switched over back to the defensive side of the ball.
Correct.
What do you think your time on offense did to help you when you flip over?
Just knowing what you're trying to do, what you're trying to get accomplished in a game. I think that's the biggest thing, is that, hey, when you look at it as just a defense coordinator and you hadn't been on that side of the ball necessarily, you look at it as I've got to stop everything kind of mentality. So it becomes overwhelming because everybody does a lot of stuff. And then once you go to the offensive side, you understand that there's a goal, and you're trying to figure out what their goal is, whether it's, hey, we are an outside running team, and that's what we do better than anything else. So we're going to figure out how to run the ball outside. Or, hey, we're an inside running team. We want to run the ball. So there is a goal that every offense is going to have. Throwing team, whatever that is. You know, quick throw, deep throw. Every offense has that goal. And as a defense coordinator, when you can narrow in on that goal, it helps you to make them be multiple in what they do. And sometimes with teams that are one-faceted, or most of them are, then they have to alter. They don't do that as well in high school. If that makes sense.
Of course. Well, okay, every sport, right, whether you're talking about basketball, there's when the guy's got the ball in his hand, he wants to get to his spot on the floor. And you're trying to stop that, right?
That's right.
And baseball, you want him to have to throw you something. If you're hitting, you want him to have to throw you something that he doesn't want to throw.
Exactly right.
And if you're the pitcher, you don't want that to happen. You're trying to get ahead in the count and do what you want to do.
That's right. So you can throw your pitch.
If you watch that Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight on Saturday night, it was the same thing. We're trying to figure out how we can fight this battle on my terms.
That's right.
And that's sports
101.
Right? And that's also, and it doesn't matter what sport.
That's right.
What do I do well? How do I get to do what I do well in this environment?
Right.
And that also, I think, is a life lesson, right?
No doubt. How do I get to the point where I can sustain this life and be prosperous, right? How do I do that and turn it to where it's in my favor? More times than not.
What is it I enjoy? How can I turn that into making money?
That's right. Well, yeah.
Right.
That's right.
You know, and you know, where will my family be happy?
That's
right.
How
can I turn this whole life into me being happy and prosperous and all that.
That's exactly right.
And that's the goal to everything, right?
That's right. It really is.
All right, man. Let's wrap on that, man.
All right.
Thank you so
Sounds
much,
good.
Rhett.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
it very much.
Oh,
Thank you.
This has been Surrounded by Sports. Thank you to McCrory Homes, Faust Builders, and Sideline Sports Bar and Restaurant for sponsoring this show and all of the stuff I do on social media, whether it be X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Thank you, folks. Rhett Summerford, Tate High School, Surrounded by Sports. Appreciate you.